if you're coming out with an energy drink right now, or you're coming out with a can of water, you the easiest way to market in terms of marketing is if you do a really good job of making it clear that you are the antithesis of the incumbents.
Yes.
So you are a or, not an and in your customer's decision framework. And what I mean by that is, to be very specific, it's actually the drink in my cup right now. And in one of my first meetings with them, when we sat down, I said, this brand I think will win if the consumer walks down that supermarket aisle and thinks to themselves, I can be a insert incumbent energy drink brand or a perfect TED person. I can't possibly be both.
Right.
And we all know that, well, I think a Liquid Death customer doesn't believe they can be a Evian water customer.
Sure.
Because it's so clearly, they've stood for something so much so that in doing so, they stand against something. And this is what breakout brands have done. Brewdog is a good example in the UK. Brewdog came into the market, indie punk beer. They literally took Carling beers and stuff like that to Fields as part of their marketing and blew it up with dynamite to say, we are not commoditized beer. We are the antithesis. We are an or. You're either with them or you're with us.
Yep.
Takes balls like Liquid Death had balls.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a whole, like on the psychological side of things, the studies about signaling and counter signaling. Like this is how fashion in the broad scale works. And counter signaling is noticing a signal that's happening out there in the world and making a deliberate decision to be the opposite of that, or the antithesis of that in some ways. And that is such a fascinating part of human psychology that, generally speaking, if you can, so you could say like, Apple did a lot of counter signaling because Microsoft, some of the incumbent manufacturers, was their famous 1984 advertisement was almost pure counter signaling. It was almost pure emotion, and it set them up as the polar opposite to faceless beige computer box corporation. And so, yeah, like if there's something that is the prevailing trend in a certain industry, it can often pay to, in the anthropological sense, take a step back, notice what's going on. Here's the signal that's being sent, and then make a deliberate decision to be the polar opposite.